and you're watching Old School Gamer Live. Boom shakalaka!
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got brand new competition over here on Leagues Online. Please subscribe to Old School Gamer Live. Bring your gamepad and your pride. The competition's ramping up, and this is where you draw the line. If you got the passion, then you got the time. We got classic arcades. All you have to do is press rewind. From Nintendo, Capcom, Taito to Konami, Midway, Data East, Sega to Atari. Outrun anyone in an ever Ferrari. Become a rad race on any board and don't feel sorry. I battle waves of brigades and it feels so gnarly. I'm jumping through hoops and circuses just like Charlie. My killer instinct, bashful and spectator lobbies will ruin the party. Turtle shells all over your body. We got King Creole brings the stress, no quarter brings the test. Bring your A game, shut your mouth and nothing less. Here's the quest, are you ready for the competition? Recognition on leaderboard beyond our comprehension. Be that one, be that number one guy who will decide on Old School Gamer Live.
Welcome, friends, to another episode. Old School Gamer Live slapped me right in the chops. I hope you guys are doing phenomenal out there tonight. I know it's beautiful where I'm at. It's finally warm. Finally want to step outside for a few moments. What's going on, Casey? How are you, man?
Hey, you know where I'm at. Sunny Southern California. What's happening, everybody? Happy Thursday. It's been a long week. What my boy Prince said, I'm jumping through hoops just like Charlie. So happy to be here with my fellas tonight.
Definitely. I am excited. We got Brian F. COLIN in with us tonight. We are so excited to talk to him.
That sounds like a rap name. Brian F. COLIN. Boy, that sounds like he sounds like a rapper.
It could be his next career. Who knows? You know, he's not over yet. He's coming up with new stuff all the time, I know. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have a lot of stuff hitting tonight. Make sure you type in hashtag OSGL into the chat. Now, do not let me forget to spin it at the end of the night.
Make sure no quarter remembers.
We got some cool stuff tonight. I got a bunch of Nintendo stuff I went and bought. And we got different stuff I'm going to be giving away each week. This week we got this cool Wonder Ball, and it comes with a random.
Nice. Like you got some coins.
The random golden coin. I unplugged my mixer there for a second. Comes with a golden coin. You collect 23 of them, I guess, and a chocolate egg filled with different toys and stuff. And then I got a Mario puzzle as well.
Nice.
So that will all go to the winner this week.
Messiah already claiming dibs. He said he wants the Wonder Ball.
Oh, he wants to win twice in a week or twice in a row, huh?
He's trying to win.
We might have to omit him if he wins again. I don't know. We'll see how he acts tonight. But anyway,
who we got? Who's in the chat?
OSGL guys. Yeah, let's see. Call him out, Casey. Who we got hanging out with us tonight?
Let's see who we got. Corrupt Neuron talking about he wants a puzzle. He's staking claims. We got Dragon Daniel Watson. He said, "Happy Thursday, you fools, louts, whatever you want to call it." He dropping it on us. We got Prince Malcolm, the musician that you heard before this show. That's our boy Prince Malcolm. Shout out to him. We got Say Crow. We got Mitchell B. Messiah. We all know that boy Messiah. What is he up to tonight? He might be putting voodoo on our show because he wants to win again. If he wins again, he's banned.
Yeah, we might just have to ban him anyway. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of trouble he gets us into.
We got Six Productions and we got Andy. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We about to have a good time. I see my boy Brian backstage. He already getting ready. Let's get it going.
Magazine update, guys. Let's dive right on into it. What do we got going on? This week.
So this is magazine/news. Hold on. Let me show you what I got today. Man, you guys are going to want to get this edition, man, because it is jam-packed with different articles. I didn't even know what to pick today. So I picked this. I picked our boy Walter Day. Can you see that? Is that pretty clear?
Yeah, zoom in a little bit.
All right, let me zoom in. This was a good article that Walter put out. There we go. How's that?
Good.
All right, so Walter Day, if you don't know him, you've been under a rock. Walter Day is, well, I want to say that he's the founder of esports. I guess is that the case? No quarter? What would you say Walter is? Yeah. How would you describe Walter? The founder?
The grandfather of at least keeping score. Yeah, he could definitely be called the grandfather of esports, I think.
So Walter Day got a chance to meet this guy. Him and man Billy Mitchell. I met them at SoCal Gaming Expo some years ago. What Walter is talking about in this article is how this all came about. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people just know the article, which no quarter. Flashback to what I got in my hand here. Let's see if you can cut that. Let's see. I have the actual Life magazine from January 1983. No quarter. Where were you in 1983?
Being born?
So I have the, let me get to it. I'm gonna show you guys. It's pretty dope. I have the actual article here. And you can see all these boys when they were teenagers and all they had to do was play games all day.
That's sweet,
funny,
man.
It's funny looking at the old ads too in the 1983 magazine.
How big is that magazine? About 2 feet across?
Man, look.
The size of this thing.
This magazine is huge. Look at it.
Yeah, it's just like Big Macs and stuff. They're all smaller nowadays. Look at this. The magazine's, you got to weigh 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's heavy. But let's go back to this, to the article. What he's talking about is Ottumwa. How you pronounce it? Ottumwa. I can never say this right. Ottumwa, Iowa. So they want to name, well, I guess they already calling it the video game capital of the world. It talks about how there were different competitions. One was in Lakewood, California, which is near where I'm at. So that was pretty cool to learn. I didn't even know Lakewood played a role, but they had a competition, and the winners from those competitions, all of those winners end up going on to the old show That's Incredible and competing live, which was considered the first esports event. And this is 1982 or 82 or 3. So in our lifetime, folks, we've saw this thing start from the beginning to where esports is now. We got 14-year-old kids making there was this one kid I knew at 14. He was on the Fortnite scene. He was making about $20,000 a month. Just streaming Fortnite when Fortnite first dropped. These guys are making money. So imagine the Billy Mitchells and the Todd Rogers and all of those cats back in the early 80s, if they were making that kind of money, I'm sure their parents were probably saying, you will never make anything from playing no game. Right, no quarter? I know your mom told
I heard
you
many times.
What the hell are you playing these games for?
Yep. I had
but
that
now,
in my head.
Exactly. But now, through the contributions of Walter Day, it's a big deal. And so they're talking about Ottumwa and how it's the video game capital of the world. I thought that was a pretty good article from Walter. And for me to be able to have this magazine, I feel like I have a piece of history in my hand. So,
oh yeah, definitely do, man. Very cool. All right. Is that all you got on that one?
That's all I have. No quarter. What you got for events this week?
What I got is we're going to talk about our next couple of tour stops, guys. Let's pull up my screen here. Next stop is at Korg's. I've been watching this one develop over the last few years, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Most of the guys that we've had on here as guests, I think even Brian's going to be here, I believe. Brian, will you be at KorgCon?
I think he's saying, yeah, he's shaking his head, yeah. So he'll be there.
He'll be there. Old School Gamer's going to be there. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff there. Awesome show, guys. Go check that out. The next one they're going to be at, let's back up here. Next one we're going to be at is Des Moines Con in Des Moines, Iowa. I think this is the one I did last year.
I think you did that. That's the one that you it was at a mall, I think, or something.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I think maybe, unless this is a different one. But no, I think this is the one. Yeah, I think this one I met Brian at, actually. Funny enough. But yeah, this is another one, guys. Go meet us there. We're gonna have some fun there. June 3rd and 4th in Des Moines, Iowa. Absolute blast. And then the next one after that is going to be Illinois GameCon here.
Whew. In Bloomington. Man, we busy, man. This is gonna be I don't know. This year's been packed with events.
All over the place.
I don't know what to do.
It's absolutely all over the place this year, guys. We have maybe, 20 stops this year. So hang out with us. We're going to be doing a lot of our Old School Gamer, what do we call it? The Olympics
The Olympics, yep.
I mean, what do I call it? I've been making
The Retro
graphics
Olympics. Let's go.
making graphics for it all day long. So yeah. And speaking of that, our next Retro Gaming Olympics, our next online tournament is going to be June 15th. We're going to be doing what we do live, which is play the Nintendo Championship Kart with everybody online. And it's going to be an absolute blast. We have a way of playing it online with you. So if you want to play, join us live. We will do that. We're also going to be doing the Star Fox competition and the Donkey Kong Country competition. So join in on this. Or join in with us on that June 15th. Yeah, there he is. He's got to show that off, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
That he's a real retro gamer with that.
Hey, one thing, no quarter, I forgot with news. Your boy KC is about to be a fool again this Friday. Break time with Gunther and KC. I'm gonna be live from Captain's Auction in Orange County, California. Let's see what I pick up this week.
Very cool. I'll be excited to see that, and you guys should be too. It's going to be pretty dangerous. I'm afraid of what he's going to be buying. We'll see.
Hey, we'll
see. We're going to rent some warehouses soon. That's all I can say.
I've seen about 10 Fast and the Furious cabinets. I might get
real ones.
Real ones, yeah, by the way.
One more thing, guys, before we bring Brian on. First Fridays next month, the first Friday of next month. I don't even know what date that is, but the first Friday of next month, we're going to start a new show. We will be doing recipes, we'll be doing drinks, and we will be doing game playing and other retro stuff, talking about retro toys, retro movies, retro albums, all kinds of stuff. So join us for that one. That's going to be kind of a long format style show. We're going to just be hanging out, having fun with the community. So join us for that one. All right, guys, let's bring on everybody's favorite, everyone's best friend, Brian F. Colin. I can't wait to talk to him again. It's been quite a while. How are you, friend?
I am well. I am insanely busy for someone who's supposed to be retired, but it's stuff is getting done and life is good.
Man, I'm so glad to hear that you're feeling good, man. That is awesome, and I know that you're going to stay busy. I'm just like that, man. I'm never going to be able to retire. I want to retire, but if I do retire, I'm going to be finding projects and I'm going to be doing things. I know it. So
that's the good life.
Yeah,
I'm giving you the warning. I'm giving you the warning now. That's what you think right before you're retired. And then the grandchildren come and the family stuff starts happening. And then you start going, why am I not just sitting in my backyard watching birds? What am I doing in front of my computer all day long? So just a warning, do what you got to do. But
that's funny.
And there's nothing wonderful about retirement except the fact that you can do whatever you want all day long. And then the fact that you're doing what you've been doing for 40 years creeps back in. And it's like, okay, I get it. It is what I want to do. But damn, I really would like to go sit in my pool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dumb.
That's so hilarious because, well, you're so used to working, you don't know how not to work. So that's what it is, and I fall into that same thing. I've been doing the same thing for 20 years. And so I try to go not work. No, then I start finding projects to do.
You're still looking at your phone.
Yeah, that too. We got to destroy these phones. We got to get rid of these things.
I'm old enough. I never bought into the phone thing. Mine is still a rotary.
Good.
Smart. Yeah, don't get. Yeah, stay there.
Smartest thing you could do. All right, let's get into the history of Brian F. Colin. What got you started in art?
I was a little kid. School was fun and easy, and I'd get in trouble because I knew the answers. I'd done the work. I'm in third grade, and the teacher's like, "What do you?" And I'm staring out the window where I'm drawing on, airplanes blowing up tanks on my notebook back in the day, and I'd get in trouble for it all the time. But they couldn't stop me because it's fun. I'm doing this. I'm imagining. I actually, at a teacher's suggestion, my parents sent me to the Art Institute of Chicago, which I hated.
Too many
rules. This is art. This is art. That's crap on the wall. I'm going to go back and draw with my pencil and make my little characters, and I'll just have fun. You can keep your art stuff. So I never thought of myself as an artist. I've been making money and making a living out of it from, well, an actual living out from college days where I would do like a daily ad for bars in my college town that became, almost, well, they were a feature in the local school newspaper. So, but I mean, in those days, I'd get $25 a week, but all the beer and hot dogs I could eat and drink. So
that's an even trade-off there.
Yeah, no, it sounded good. It sounded good.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing, actually. I mean, that's a really good gig now. I take that gig right now.
I'll take that.
So I never really thought of myself as an artist, but that is really where I started, and that's what's kept me going today.
Interesting. Okay, so when you got out of college, what got you into video game design?
I answered an ad for the Bally Midway Company, and they said animators wanted, and I had done an animated film that had won a lot of awards around the world, but I thought my pen and ink style, Bally Midway, what do they make? They make pinball. I'm going to go in, and they want someone to paint, because I can do cell painting on animation cells. They want somebody to paint the back of pinball black glasses. So I went in, and they said, no, we want you as an animator to do art for video games and animation. And I said, oh.
Wasn't excited.
Somebody really does this? You need an animator for Pac-Man? But they were a few weeks later, and I said, thank you very much. But I have a successful, and it's a small company, but I make $200 a month.
That was big dollars, huh?
And George, one of the gentlemen that interviewed me, was like, yeah, I think we can do better than that. And I got the call at a friend's wedding a few weeks later, and they told me, $13,000 a year? And I hung up the phone. I tried to make a joke out of it. I looked at my friends and I said, that's it. Childhood's over. I've got a real job. I teared up. I actually honestly teared up because I was so wrong. It has never been anything like a real job, and childhood has never been over. But you're young and you're stupid, and you go where you got to go. I backed into the best thing that could have ever happened.
Well, Brian, what I'm hearing now, doing these interviews that I did not know, is a lot of you pioneers came out of the Chicago area, came out of Illinois.
We had I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else. I had no idea we were near the center of the arcade universe in those days. I had a job that I could raise my family on. I could buy a house on. And I was having fun every day and getting paid for it. So honestly, I didn't know until 30 years later that everything else was going on here in Chicago. I really didn't. I had no idea. I didn't follow the industry. I backed into it. No, it's like I'm working on the game I'm working on.
And then you just out.
The next 3 games I'm going to be working on. I didn't know what was going on really until industry people and media people, like people from magazines, contacted me and said, don't you know this? It's like, no, I don't know this.
No?
I'm just doing what I do.
Wow.
It was nice. That innocence, it's not quite lost because I'm still as flighty as I've ever been, but that innocence was wonderful. And I recommend it to everybody.
Well, how does that make you feel, Brian, when you walk into an arcade? I mean, you've done this years ago, but your legacy is just continuing. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, we're going to go 100 years. Your game and your art will still be around. How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel wonderful. I mean, Doc Mack at the Galloping Ghost introduced me to shows about 10 years ago. And he said, don't you know this is going on? And I've been making casino games and Facebook games and advert games and everything else for the last 40 years. And I'm like, no, I didn't know anybody other than the kids on my block remembered my games because they were in my basement. And to go to these shows and find out people still remembers these games and that there are generations playing them, you can't imagine how wonderful that feels. It is fan-freaking-tastic. And I mean, I love going to shows. We're gonna. I'll see. Well, Gunther, I'll see you at what? You're going to be at.
I'll be at Austin. I'll be at Austin and Portland.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I haven't booked anything past the one in Bloomington, the Illinois Game Con, and the Southern Fried, which I haven't been to in a few years. This year because
Southern Fried.
Rotator cuff surgery. I got to plan everything around that. So I haven't done many games this year. You guys are doing a whole lot more game cons than I am. But everyone is wonderful. You can't imagine how great it feels to have somebody come up and said, I play this with my buddy so-and-so or my mother or if the shows that got the arcade games that actually have them there, I'm watching grandfathers play with their daughter and their grandkid while the mom's still got one kid under her arm and she's playing.
Wow.
How great is that? All right,
That's
I'm going to
amazing.
shut up now.
No, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's amazing. No, that's what we want to hear. That's real. That's real.
Whenever I met you in Des Moines, remember we had a setup going. I had Rampage playing on a TV screen, and I think you and I were standing there talking, and a kid about 20 feet away, a little kid, had been 3 or 4 years old, saw that, and he goes, Rampage! He knew exactly what it was, and he had to run up and play it, and that was really a special moment. And so, yeah, just think about that, man. Generations and generations. Just is absolutely amazing. And not only are they just playing the game, they're learning your art style as well. And that is just
that could end up making them a little twisted. We don't necessarily want to go that far necessarily, but it does feel great. Short answer is it feels wonderful.
Amazing.
Awesome.
No quarter. We got, man, people are flood. Brian, we knew you were going to be a hit. You got people flooding the chat with questions. You want to hit Corrupt Neurons question, no quarter?
Sure.
He has one.
Corrupt says, is there a style of game animation that you'd have incorporated into anything that you'd like to pursue that you haven't incorporated? So new style.
Actually, like I said, I don't follow games much. I've been very lucky in that I make games for myself. And when I've been lucky, other people like them too. I'm currently doing a huge sprite game that started out as a 3D game, but when I kind of asked the universe in the internet what they'd like to see, they said, we want to see a sprite game. We don't want to see a 3D game. So I've taken it all in, re-rendered stuff into sprites, and pushing up. I love being able to create the expressions. I love to be able to create the humor. There's no real style that I've not been able to, because clients will come and say, hey, we want an advert game that, shows our products, these giant earth-moving trucks in the best light. And it's like, yeah, we can do that. We can do a nice, wonderful, a race between a half dozen players, and this will be great. You can have it at your convention. And then they go, and that sounds great, but their top speed is 4 miles an hour.
What?
Okay.
So make that fun.
If we started them on a mountaintop and ran down to the desert at the bottom? Oh, no, that'll be fine. So at the bottom, we've got these things flying at 100 miles an hour, and they're taking off and doing loops in the air, just hoping that the client will love it. And, of course, the client did, and it ran for, I think, 9 years at their convention.
Oh, wow.
So even though the look of the game was very much 3D and realistic, and in the background as you're flying down this track, you're seeing their other products doing stuff in the background. Players loved it, and I loved it because it was like nothing I'd ever done before. And then being able to sit there and watch them every convention, and then just watch 300 people lining up to play this game. And I'm rambling again. I'm going to shut up.
Well, it's amazing how it has came full circle now, basically. In the 90s, the arcade scene kind of just died out. Everybody was tired of the arcades. It turned into a console war, basically.
Sure.
Everybody was playing games at home. It was way cheaper. It was easier. It was faster to play games at home instead of going out to the arcade.
It looked just as good, like Dreamcast. I mean, heck, some of those games
There's a lot of reasons not to go to the arcade. Yeah. But now we have this resurgence, this renaissance of the whole retro arcade community because we were kids. Now we want to show that to our kids And there's even, grandchildren now thrown into this whole thing. It's an old enough industry now that we got grandkids thrown in there now. So it's really strengthening very well right now. It's just hitting really hard, and it's awesome to see guys like you get your honorable mentions and stuff. It's
get his flowers. Give
him
his flowers now. Don't wait till somebody is gone off to glory. Give them their flowers now. So that's why we like, me personally, I like this show because we're able to give people their flowers and tell them how much their game meant to us. And it's just an honor to even be in you guys' presence. I never would have thought personally.
Nice. Now, I put my pants on over my head just like everybody else.
He's being modest, no quarter.
So let's talk about the first game that you worked on.
Discs of Tron.
Yeah, Discs of Tron.
Wow.
I was hired because I was an animator, and they had people on staff that did the first Tron, and some really talented people, but they weren't animators, so they didn't quite, because you had very few sprites to work with. You had, we had to do an entire animation with very little. And like I said, I didn't really want the job, but the very first game I was assigned to was Discs of Tron, and what that programmer was doing with that blew me away. If any of you have, and a lot of you probably haven't seen it if you're younger, that environmental cabinet where it was this fake 3D, and you believed once you were in there that this was in 3D happening in front of you, and the programmer was a perfectionist. And I'm doing whatever I was asked to do, and then at various points back then, talking with the programmer, it's like, oh, wait, I'm falling off the edge of the circle. Can I do a warning for the player, because that's really frustrating? And he's like, well, what are you going to do? We haven't got that many sprites. It's like, what about, he's like, how can you get that? It's like, I can do it in 2 frames. We're going to get there. And that pulled me in. And it was then that I realized I was in the right place. I had the right job, because it wasn't just the art. It wasn't just the animation. It was a collaborative, creative experience with everybody focused on making fun for the player. Of course, we had to make money too, so that never left it. But it was wonderful. Discs of Tron taught me a lot, and the fact that as an animator, I'm working on 4 or 5 projects at once, where the programmers were only working on one for about a year, basically let me see, okay, with this type of situation, maybe I got to kiss the programmer's ass a little bit to get myself. On this one, we're simpatico. On this one, he doesn't care. Whatever I throw at him, he's going to put in. And it really was a wonderful time to learn how to become a designer. I was very lucky. I've been blessed.
I love that game. The gameplay itself is really
that's a good
phenomenal. Game. I actually have that cabinet in my local arcade. He has it all set up. It's beautiful. The stand-inside environmental cabinet is what he has, and it's amazing. It really, just like what you said, if you feel like you're in that space, hovering in that space on those 3 discs, it's really a blast of a game. I wish we could get that one online and play.
That would be
a beast of a tournament game.
Well, and honestly, I mean, you have to be in the cabinet. I remember.
You're right.
George Gomez, who's now doing pins, but back then he was mechanical engineer. He was kind of the focal point for the group, and I gave him so much crap. It's like, you are doing a sit-down cabinet where you can't sit down. How can you even think this? And then the first time I got in the cabinet, it was like, oh wow, is this good?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Just perfect. It was a wonderful experience that you really need that environmental cabinet to.
I agree, Brian.
Yeah, enjoy it at its full. All right.
If you're trying to collect that, what Brian is saying is it's going to cost you.
I let mine go for a few $100s 20 years ago, thinking that I would just pick up
a few $100.
Because I needed to get mine out of the basement because I had kids. And I look around now and they're going for 20 grand.
I was about to say, at least that's minimum. Yeah, I've seen them 20 grand.
Find. Oh man,
Yeah.
All right.
I don't sell any of my games anymore.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Let's
I learned
move
my
away.
lesson.
Move away from the sting on that one. Let's talk about Pigskin 621 AD. This game, I've been playing this one a lot, and it's so fun.
It's a fun game.
I see a lot of NBA Jam.
Yeah,
in this
it
game.
does. Yeah.
You know, you have the back and forth. So you got arch rivals. You got this game. Without these two games, NBA Jam would not be in existence.
Blitz either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blitz, no
Credit goes. I mean, I wanted to do one of the earliest games I ever worked on was a game called Ant Raid, in which two hives were fighting over garbage, food for their queen in a city dump, and they never did anything other than a 2-player. There wasn't a single-player version. It didn't test real well, so it got abandoned. But I never forgot that. And our first game, and I always talk to Jeff Nauman, the programmer I did Rampage with, about we got to do, and we did Sarge together where you were controlling a tank and a helicopter. And I always wanted to do controlling more than one character. And after we did Rampage, he comes in, he goes, okay, I've got our next game. And he throws a airplane barf bag down on the table. It's like, what is this? He goes, I came up with it on the last flight. And it's like basketball. All these games out here are ridiculous, arbitrary, got to do skill. Let's do a game where you're controlling two players, where you can pass and you can, do a pick and roll and you can do it. And it's like, Jeff, you're 6 foot. I'm 5'8". I don't care what basketball rules I can play. I'm sure people will love this. But if I'm going to have fun as a non-basketball player, I got to be able to punch someone. I got to.
That's funny. Hey, that's funny to hear that.
We came out with it. It did fantastic monetarily, and then during that time, Williams bought out Williams, who was our biggest competitor. We were at Bally Midway, bought out Bally Midway, but they kept Jeff and I on till we finished our Rivals. And I only learned in the last year or two that the sales from our Rivals paid for the buyout.
That's
so
awesome.
Williams out really good on that deal. And then they changed their name to Midway. And then after that, we wanted to do a football game on our Rivals football, but Williams already had a football game in the works. So I said, okay, let's call it rugby. And let's give them axes and torches and swords.
That's funny.
And pigskin and it's the Huns versus the Vikings. And then up to 6, you're controlling up to 6 players. And you know all this, Gunther, because you've been playing it, but this is kind of for people that have never seen it before. And of all the head-to-head games I've done, arcade games, it is absolutely my favorite. There is so much to do. There are so many laughs in it. People that have played the game, will say to me, they'll just walk up and say, troll, 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 troll.
Ain't got to say nothing else.
You can't stand that guy. Yeah. I think this game embodies Brian F. Colin's art style the most out of any other game. It has the most jokes, pranks, ways to subdue your enemy in funny ways, all kinds of really cool stuff all throughout the game. You can trip over things. You can fall into
That's what's
water
funny
pit.
when you trip. That's what I like.
It's absolutely and you can run with your arm cocked, ready to go. And as soon as you get up to that boy, you can lay into him. Man, I mean, it is hilarious. It's a really fun game. We're going to play a little bit of it here later on, guys, during the gameplay. I do have it pulled up, so we will play a little bit of that later on. Brian, we're going to have to move on. I know we're getting late into this. I know you got to leave, so I want to ask you about your upcoming game. We've got to talk about that.
Everybody's been asking about that.
Lots of questions about that.
Yeah.
Major Snafu, General Chaos 2. Let's talk.
Everybody waiting.
All right, you've been waiting a long time. I've waited. That was our first game as our own company when we left Midway under good terms. We still did Rampage World Tour for them and stuff like that. But EA had been asking me for about a year to come work for them, and I didn't want to. Jeff Nauman didn't want to, my partner. And finally, after about a year of back and forth, I didn't want to move to California. And back then, working remotely was not a thing. And so
that didn't exist.
Finally, they said, well, what if we give you the money just to start your own company?
Hey.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding,
Okay,
ding, ding.
I can do that. So General Chaos was the first game we did for them, which was players, each, 2 to 4 players or 1 to 4 players controlling a 5-man squad, each with a different weapon that kind of flamers and gunners and blasters and launchers. I mean, each had their own weapon, and it was the world's first real-time strategy battle game as a video game. But it was small and it was condensed and it was fast. A full battle would take 3 minutes, 5 minutes, as opposed to these ones where you build your army over an hour and a half and all the action happens in the last minute and a half. We came up with it. I've been wanting to redo it for 30 years, literally. And then about 10 years ago, we started. And on my very first podcast, I had a social media guy at the company by then. He's like, I've got you lined up all over the country. You're going to go meet with the indoor kids. And Camille and I forget her name. But anyway, the day I went out to California for that first podcast, I found out I had cancer.
Oh, no.
So everything went south. The Kickstarter, everything's like, okay, we're done.
Oh, man.
So, all right. Everything went well, though. So for me personally.
Oh, good.
And then about 3-4 years ago, it's like, okay, it's time. We're going to start this up again. And so I sent out a few thousand emails to fans and said, look, we're starting this up again, and got a great reaction. And I sent that out about 2 weeks before St. Patrick's Day, when that 3-week virus thing started.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 3 weeks, huh?
3 weeks.
3 years?
So,
man.
but finally, we've got a good start. We've got a good team.
Good.
We're more than halfway through it. The basic game, all the new old characters are back. We're still creating the new ones. It is in process. It is moving along great. It's not moving along fast enough for me, but it's going really well. And I'm really I'm hoping to unveil some stuff here at this summer's shows. So if you're coming to the Illinois Game Con or Southern Fried, I think I'll be able to show you some stuff that's going to get you really excited.
Awesome. I love the art style. They somehow encapsulated your style and turned it into a 3D rendering.
Yeah.
It's very awesome. You got a great team here. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you. It's been a great team. It's been a lot of good, talented people. About half the team that's working with me right now on it are guys that used to work at Game Refuge that now have got full-time gigs elsewhere and just doing it for the love and the passion. And then the other half is great, talented young people who are throwing wonderful stuff at it every time I start talking to them. So for me, it's a perfect experience.
Definitely. Do you have a release date yet? Still?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I know when I want to be done with it, which is yesterday. I know when we're realistically going to be done with it with the current crew. But Electronic Arts has a right of first refusal, first offer.
Okay.
So once we've got it to that point where it's like, okay, here it is, we have to give it to them first and have them say, we want to release it or go take it somewhere else or self-publish. So basically, it's not up to me at this point. After EA says yes or no, yay or nay, then it'll be up to me, and then I can tell you when it's coming out.
Okay,
I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
You got an entire team of testers here ready to go.
I was going to say, yeah, let us know.
Send me that code over, and we're going to
Let us
go through
know.
with a fine-tooth comb.
You will have to sign a confidentiality agreement that will specify that anything you think about it can only be positive.
We'll put it on the stack. Put it on the stack of
Yeah, I'm about to
NDAs.
say, we got a stack of
You can tell me how horrible it is, but you can't say anything to anybody else.
Okay, we can do that.
Cool. I like you guys.
Let's do it.
The first or the last time.
I'm about to say, I guess we'll be Brian F. Collins Shields then, huh?
Yep. Well, my friend, I appreciate you so much for joining us tonight. I want to have you on again. You know, this is your second second.
I'm retired. What else have I got to do?
You got nothing else to do but be on our show, right? So I expect to see you again soon.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having me out.
Thanks,
I
Brian.
love talking about myself, as you can tell. And I talk about you guys more if I only knew you better.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad
man.
you don't. I'm glad you don't. You think we're good guys right now, so we're going to keep it just
Keep
like
it that way.
Let's keep it an even. Yeah. All right. I can live with that.
I'll see you soon, man.
All right, buddy.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have
Brian.
a good one.
Bye.
Man,
That was good. That was good.
he really is one of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
Such a cool guy, so talented, so smart.
And his art style, man. When you walked in the arcade, you saw his cab, his games. You know it immediately. There's no debate.
Yep. You know his art style in a split second, and that is really that instant recognition is really what everybody wants, what everybody looks for in a quality art style, and he's got it, man. He's nailed it for years and years and years, and he's got it. As long as he wants to do it, he's got a long career ahead of him. I guarantee it.
Hey, tell me who else has their own section at Galloping Ghost?
I don't think anybody.
Yeah, I don't think. And we walked that place, and we only seen the Brian F. Collins section.
We did have Doc lined up to do a walkthrough on that, but last second he couldn't do it, unfortunately. But we will get that going. I'm going to team up with Doc, and we're going to do a real good episode once where we walk down the Brian F. Colin aisle. He has his own aisle of every game that he's done, almost every game, of that he has that are in cabinets.
Yep.
And he has a couple that you don't see anywhere else. They only exist at Galloping Ghost. So you've got to make the pilgrimage to Galloping Ghost to see the Brian F. Colin cabinet row. It's worth doing. I guarantee you. All right, let's move on, guys, to our tournament roundup.
What you got?
Weekly tournament roundup. All the games going on throughout the week in the retro gaming community, guys. First, I want to hit up again, June 15th coming up, Retro Gaming Olympics. We're going to be playing the Nintendo competition cartridge like we do live, where we're going to do it on the show. So we want you guys to challenge us. We will do high score challenges, and I'll probably give away some of this Nintendo swag that I have here. So join us for that June 15th live on the show. Right now, this show right here that we're on, we'll see you June 15th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Hang out with us on the oldest Facebook High Score Challenge page. We've had this around for years now. Hang out with us over there. These are some of the high-end, high-score players from back in the day.
Record holders,
too. 70s and 80s. These are where these guys come from. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them come from there. So hang out with us there. Old Capper. He's getting cute. He's got himself going nuts. Hold on. I'm lost the FX. Damn it. Lost one of the banners, guys, but we're playing Going Nuts this week on the Legends Arcade family stuff. Now, this is a really, really fun table, guys. If you haven't played this one yet, you're in for a surprise because it starts out full balls to the wall. I don't know how else to explain it. You'll see what I'm talking about. When you start this thing off,
no pun intended.
You're going for it, right? You're going nuts, straight up. That's all there is to it. I don't know what happened to that banner, guys. I deleted it on accident somehow. Maybe it's down here. Nope. FX3 tournament, Monster Bash. Go check that out. MCAP's tournament. So I don't know. I made a banner. It's not in there. Polycade's got a tournament still rocking. Their Stripes tournament going until May 15th. Get in on that. You can download their AGS software for free at polycade.com, and you can play it. You can load ROMs into it and all kinds of stuff. It's a really awesome software, so check that out. Hang out with us over at Retro Games Fun. We got the vote going right now. You better get your vote in because we're fixing to pick the game for this weekend. So get on the Facebook page and throw your vote in. Hang out with Warren while he's laying around the Neo Turf Masters Clubhouse. He's making Mai Tais, White Russian, and he's going to go and hit the turf and hopefully get a couple holes in one. So we will see. Hang out with us over there on the clubhouse. Our pal Moat, let me pull up his banner here. Check out his shows over at youtube.com at Moat Plays. He's got some really cool stuff popping. May 21st, Marvel vs. Capcom tournament. It's going to be an absolute blast. I love that game. They got a Mortal Kombat 2 tournament popping June 3rd, only on Fightcade. I believe this is a Moat show. I don't know if it's Moat or UAG. It's one of those guys. They didn't verify that, so it's one of them. Go check out that show. Back Alley 7-Eleven's coming back, guys. Season 2 is popping with the very first game, Tekken 7 on June 4th. I watched Moat show, I think, 2 days ago during lunchtime, and he had a Tekken 7 tournament then. And wow, these
some high level play.
These games have evolved, guys. This isn't Street Fighter 2 anymore. They are
ain't Virtua Fighter.
It's like watching a movie. It is.
Yeah.
It's very impressive now. So yeah, go check that out. Let's see. We got lots of comments suddenly. UAG. Okay, so it is on UAG's channel. Okay, cool. NCAP's challenge is getting me to play tables. Hey, me too, Jer. I never played the Going Nuts before.
Me neither. Yeah.
I bypassed that one, but now I fired it off. Dude, that's a badass game.
I went straight to Rescue 911 when I got those Gottlieb tables.
Have you played Going Nuts yet, Casey?
I haven't played it.
You haven't played it, so you don't even know what I'm talking about. You need to fire that off, man.
I'm going to fire that off tonight.
Well, you can't. Not yet, Dragon. You get your practice in, and you might be able to hang in there with us, okay?
He said not yet. Hey, I'm ready. I'm about to practice.
I know we're high-end players and everything. All right. Guys, this week's weekly countdown.
What you got, No Quarter? What's your countdown for the week? It's on you.
Here. Where is my thing? Weekly countdown. No Quarters, top 5 Brian F. Colin titles.
I think I got an idea what is on here, but let's see.
This boy's yawning over there. He sounds like me.
No, I'm like, I don't know. Let's see. If you're
he's yawning because he thinks my list is going to be boring. I see.
Yep. Let's see what he picked.
All right, number 5. Arctic Stud Poker Run.
Okay.
Is
a
one
throwback.
that did not get the attention it needs to get. This was, and there is a small community of guys that still play this.
I was gonna say this is still getting ran for sure.
I did play it a little bit, maybe 2 years ago when Brian first told me about this. I did download it on an old PC and it played. And there was actually servers going with people playing it online. I couldn't believe it. It's absolutely
Wait, there's still servers for this game?
Yeah. There was guys actually playing this online. Man, I got in a couple of games when I got my ass handed to me, of course. But I played it. It's an open world map, first of all. There is a finish line, but there's really no racetrack. What you do is you haul ass around this open field. And you collect different poker cards, and you try to get the best hand you can get. All the while, you're shooting your enemies, and you're trying to defend yourself from getting shot from your enemies. When they shoot you, they can steal your cards. So you can build a badass royal flush. You can get, 4 aces. Once you get the best hand that you want, then you can cross the finish line. So it's really a hilarious game, an absolute blast to play. It plays very well. Really ahead of its time.
Who's looking for games for iArcade? This will be a good one. Y'all hit Brian up, man. Throw this on iArcade.
I tried to get this on iArcade.
Oh, you did?
I can't even remember what happened. I don't think I remember what happened. This game, Brian, does not have the original code to it anymore.
Oh.
So this was one they would have to completely rebuild.
They got to rebuild it. Bill, what you doing, Bill? Bill McLaughlin, Bash Game Studios 6.
I mean, this is a concept that's worth revisiting.
Yeah,
I could definitely see this, being a real game again.
I agree.
Anyway, number 4, guys.
What you got? What's number 4?
Arch Rivals.
Okay, well, that's number 4. Okay, all right, I'll take it.
I mean, it's a great game.
I was gonna put it higher.
I know. Well, you'll see what I got higher.
All right.
Number 3, we got Pigskin here.
Okay. All right.
Now,
I expected this one.
Now, this is very difficult because I wanted this to be number 1. It's
really?
Yes, but just simply because I don't have the legacy on this game as I do on number 1 right now. That's why I didn't pick it. I've just recently been playing this one, and I do know now that this is probably the most eclectic, encompassing Brian F. Colin game that you can get. This is it. This is the Brian F. Colin game. If you want a game to encompass what that guy is, this is it. I love it. We are going to play this online very soon, guys. We're going to do a tournament on this one. Number 2, Discs of Tron.
Yeah, okay. I'm with this.
The gameplay of this game, if you ever get lucky enough to play this in that tree on the left there, if you get to actually play it in that environmental cab, you're going to see what we're talking about. The controls feel amazing.
Fun, man.
You literally feel like you're hovering in air, in that space, it's so freaking cool. And the gameplay mechanics are so fun. Dodging the rounds coming at you, firing back. It's like a Pong in a 3D space. It's really badass, guys. You absolutely love it. And it'll be an awesome, awesome tournament game if we ever figure out how to do that.
Well, it's hard, no quarter. I tell you, we had this at Aladdin's Castle, and I didn't appreciate it like I should have because now you cannot find it. I looked everywhere, went to my local arcades now, and nobody has the environmental cap. They got the other one, but they don't have the one on the left field. So if you come across this, you better play it.
Yeah.
You better play it.
Yeah, Arcadia had the Discotron for quite a long while, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay.
And he finally, like last year, got somebody to fix it. And I'm telling you, it's much nicer than the regular Tron.
Yeah,
it is. Agree. It's beautiful.
100%.
It's really amazing. I understand why they're $20K.
I was gonna say that's minimum, no quarter. That's minimum.
That's a $20K cabinet. All right, number one.
What's
everybody
number one?
knows what it is. We don't have to guess what it is. We know it's Rampage, right?
I knew that. Yeah.
Everybody knows it's Rampage. This is the one game when I went to an arcade, I could not play this game.
Yeah.
If I walked in an arcade, it was sitting in that arcade. I had to play it. This was, to me, the first open map game where you could destroy anything. You didn't have any rules. You could punch anything. You could jump on anything. It was just complete chaos, and I thought it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. So, there's our weekly roundup, guys.
I agree with Dragon. That game has spawned 6 more amazing. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Let's go to our game of the week. Last week, guys, it was Star Wars. Let me pull this up here.
Man. We're going to have to set some time limits, no quarter. No late night getting up trying to. See, I know y'all game. Y'all don't want to wait till 2 a.m. when people sleep. Messiah, you won't have a chance because if you sleep at 3 a.m., that's when they playing. So, man, we're going to have to set some time limits when y'all play. Ain't no sneaking.
Real quick, I want KC to see one of the new games that just popped on Antstream. Let me move this banner over so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, come on.
What you got? This better be good. Oh, shoot. Wait. Not my game is on here.
My boy's game is on here. We're going to be doing a tournament on that one soon, huh? Let's see what the scores look like already.
What the scores looking like? Because I've got, let's see.
106.
Oh, that's low. That's low, man.
Where are you at on that games?
I think I'm about to be at close to 100, maybe.
It's not new. It's been on there for 2 years.
2 years?
Man, there's so many games on here. We can't even find them all.
And you just now telling me this?
Well, I thought it was new. They just popped it on that banner.
Wow. Hey, we going to have to run that ASAP.
Wow. All right, let's find these scores on Star Wars. I didn't even want to look. I got a good idea who's above me. I didn't even go and look.
Because I know when Devin gets up early. See, I got a disadvantage. I'm 3 hours behind all you fools. It's only a few of us in L.A., in California.
We
had a disadvantage, y'all.
Here we go.
All you East Coasters can't participate because y'all got 3 hours that y'all can get it on. Look at this. How did I get bust down? Damn, I'm last. What the hell?
You got backhanded. Look at that.
Bro, how did I get last? Last I checked, I was number 2.
So this game had a little glitch that I found on accident.
Oh.
Which I bet Corrupt did the same. I bet Saycro and Corrupt both found the glitch.
Look at this. Listen at this.
If you so let me get that out of there. There's a certain spot where these lizard things would jump out, and they continuously jump out behind this hill.
You point pushed.
Well, I thought, all right, I'm going to sit here and point push these fools for a while. So I'm sitting there just point pushing. I'm just killing these things. After about maybe like a minute of doing that, suddenly some power-ups popped up above me. It gave me full life, and it gave me a shooter that had heat-seeking rounds. So now I was able to run around the map and just fire up in the air, and those rounds would hit anything in the entire map.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. So then I could get through I got through the three rounds. I died at the sandcrawler because I could never time it well enough to get up to the top and beat the third round. If I would have done that, I would have had the highest score, but I could never get past the third round.
Now listen at this. Corrupt says, oh, there's a glitch. like he did that without point pushing. Hey, I got a bridge in Brooklyn for sale, Corrupt. Knock it off.
Yeah, I was working on that one.
Look at Dragon. At least he beat. See, Dragon, you was dead last, and then you waited till midnight. Come on, man. See, y'all be all right.
I ain't worried about it because this week, guys, our game of the week is Rampage. Let's fire this off. And I got my little controller here charging, so I should be able to, let's see here, get that out of there. Should be able to find this pretty easy.
Man, I'm done with y'all. Banned.
Well, I want him blocked.
Dragon said you disqualified.
I want him out of here.
All right, let's see.
All
Hey,
right.
I'm a cosign. No Quarter is really good at Rampage. So
Let's see how good I am on the controller.
This is going to be tough for us to beat this score, at least that I've seen. I don't know.
Let's see what we get here.
Messiah said cheat codes activated.
Good figure which button's which. Okay, all right.
Oh, come on. Corrupt say he played at lunch. He didn't even put no effort in.
A Rampage?
No. Oh, wait. I hope not. That's what he's saying. I think he's talking about Star Wars. We're going to see when you post the score. Man, this is a good game.
Damn, boy, the power-ups are crazy.
Hey, that little sucker at the bottom with that damn dynamite.
I shouldn't have done that. Oh, no.
Teddy entered. Teddy, where you? Oh, no, he said he played Star Wars. You know what, Dragon? I agree with you. I agree. World Tour is. I still play that.
Oh, I love World Tour.
Yeah, I still play that.
All right, Lights Fools. Okay, I did. Look at that. Barely any damage in the first round.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's good for first round.
I lucked out a lot. They gave me a ton of power-ups for some reason.
Oh.
I
Damn
want that
candle.
milk. I want that milk. Get up there. All right.
Got his milk.
Okay, that's gone.
You got to have a good controller on this game.
Yeah, this is actually. Oh, I missed my guy.
Oof.
All right, so these guys they can hit on the ground. All right, there's that bum flopping in the air, right? We got to get him. He's going to run right because he's closest to the. Oh, no, I'm going to miss him. No.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Oh, bro.
Those 500 points I missed there.
Yep. Corrupt said he's for
controller.
sure going to lose.
It's really tough with this control. I got to.
Yeah, the controller makes a difference on this game. If
Yeah, it does. You gotta have a good four-way, and this controller is not that.
Yeah.
I can't push up. Come on, go. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, I need that bad.
You better hurry up.
Yeah, they got me. Come on. Come on, Toast.
I see you
Toast
dancing
never
up
pop. There it went. Finally.
Oh.
Wow, can't believe how long that took.
All right, can we see a 20,000 performance from No Quarter? I don't know. He's getting close. I can never get that sucker at the bottom.
You don't want to eat him when he's got the dynamite because that'll hurt you. He's got to wait till he drops it.
There it is. All right, No Quarter. He's got 22 racks. All right.
I need that for sure. So the secret of this game is continuously moving so they don't know where you're at. If you stay in one spot, the bombs and the bullets will all go right at you.
Yeah, you cannot. Ain't no point pushing here. You got to move.
The secret of this thing, you got to jump in the air. Oh! Almost. Oh, they got me.
No Quarter's out of here. What's the score to beat?
26-9-25, it said there.
26-9-25 is the score to beat. I want to see Watson on here. I want to see Corrupt. I want to see Messiah fire off Ant Stream. Who else is on here? Say Crow. Nick.
That's my old score. And then 28-6 is the score I did last.
Man, look at Contraption. 58,000.
Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
Absolutely destroying old Obsidian. I don't think we've seen him in a while, huh?
Yeah, what's up, Obsidian, man?
Well, he's doing good.
Man. All right, I'm gonna play tonight.
Yeah, get on there.
Let's go.
Favorite monster. You know, I've always just played George.
Yeah, I've always did George.
And George is Brian. You didn't know that? George is Brian. Yep. The wolf is Brian's wife. And the lizard is one of his friends. So
that's funny.
That's who those characters are. Yeah, that's who we modeled them after. Pretty cool. And the girl down here on the bottom you see walking, that's also modeled after his wife. So Brian is doing all kinds of
he's throwing all kind of little
all kinds of cameos in his games.
Shout out to Brian.
Definitely appreciate him. Such a badass guy. I mean, absolutely love everything that he does, everything that he has done, and everything that he is doing. Guys, we appreciate you watching us and hanging out with us tonight. We hope to see you next Thursday. We got awesome guests like usual. Roger Sharp is going to be with us June 22nd. So the week after our Old School Gamer Olympics, we will have Roger Sharp back on. We just had a small conflict there, a scheduling conflict. But we got it lined out. We're going to be able to hear about the man who saved pinball. So I'm excited about that episode. Hope everybody will join us then. So you guys have a great night, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitcher here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Old School Gamer Magazine now has twice the content with new columns.
The wheel. Good job, guys. I read that in the comments.
This guy, boy.
This is really getting to be a thing, isn't it? Unbelievable. All right. Let's spin the wheel, guys. Let me pull it up here. Good job,
Dragon and Jerry. And they own it.
Jerry saved the day. All right. Guys, anybody wants to enter hashtag OSGL right now into the chat. We'll give you a couple of seconds here. Unbelievable. If you hear the beautiful music we have in the background, I went and sniped the pigskin music.
Yeah, I love it.
And I went and sniped the Arch Rivals music.
This sounds like an 80s pop song.
It is.
Yep.
We need to get our boy to rap over this, huh?
I'm about to say Prince. I need a track off it. I need a song off of this, Prince.
All right. We're going to fire this off, guys. We got the badass music going in the background, so here we go. Gene! My boy Gene!
Gene!
Congrats, man. Hit me up after the show, and we will get you this Nintendo stuff, man. You're going to get your own beautiful Mario puzzle and a mystery Wonder Ball chocolate egg with toys and golden coin. So congrats, my friend. All right, guys, that's it. Now we're going to call it a night.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitcher here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Old School Gamer Magazine now has twice the content with new columns on retro gaming, arcades, retro computers, indie publishing, and a ton more. Plus gaming history, memories, and modern excitement in every issue. Find out when conventions are happening and what you might have missed at others around the country. Print issues come out every other month, and if you want to go green, digital options are available. If you aren't in the U.S., take a look at our digital options or the new print on demand through Amazon. This massively expanding magazine is all yours in print and digital for just $50 a year in the U.S., $75 in Canada, or digital-only subscriptions, including all of our back issues for just $20 a year. Visit oldschoolgamer.com and subscribe now. That's oldschoolgamer.com. Boom shakalaka!